containers with his shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying.
Diddy's freak-offs weren't just wild parties, they were traps that left rappers infected and scarred. Ally Carter has stepped out of hiding with receipts and names, claiming she watched everything unfold at just 15 years old. Her story pulls back the curtain on the darkest corners of the industry, and the names she's about to expose will make you question everything you thought you knew. The second Ally Carter started naming names, celebrities like Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, and Steve Harvey suddenly pulled back from the spotlight, moving like they had something to hide. But Ally didn't run. She came back louder, dropping details that sound more like a nightmare than a party. She even described them by their real name, Wild King Nights. In this clip, listen to how she explains what that meant.
And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel, and they make it like a carnival thing, and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's sex with animals. And then after a certain time, you have no idea what's happening because you're numb.
And the name wasn't an exaggeration. She claims kids were trafficked in, lined up, and used as props while celebrities indulged.
If we talk about the children on the Diddy trial, if we actually talk about it, then that opens the door to who else is child protect government funding. That's why we're not touching the children. That's why we're not talking about it. Because that's going to open a can of worms that nobody can cover back up.
She was only 15 when Diddy snatched her up, and according to her, she saw everything. But here's the thing, Diddy's camp didn't just ignore her. They allegedly tried to take her out.
This is not the way I wanted to come on this live. I'm tired. I can't even fucking hide it. I'm tired. Woo! Do it. There's somebody threatening us right now in a way that I'm just like, you know what? Do it.
She says her house was broken into, her family threatened, and eventually she had to be placed under federal witness protection just to breathe. But that's not all. Ally says this whole legal system is rigged, and she has receipts, private investigators, insurance files, and documents that never made it to the public. She claims every time victims speak, they end up silenced or discredited while the machine keeps running. To make things worse, the attempt on her life happened right when she was rumored to testify in Diddy's trial. And that's when she dropped the nastiest accusations yet, kids being forced into acts while Diddy's circle allegedly watched and recorded.
Well, nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then, because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here, and I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled.
And then we get to the names. Ally said the freak-offs weren't just randoms, they included major rappers. Meek Mill's name keeps coming up, and not just from Ally. Jaguar Wright claimed both Meek and actor Brysher Yaz Gray were lured in under mentorship vibes, only for Diddy and Will Smith to allegedly force them into situations they didn't agree to.
Weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bashir Gray.
The game once admitted that when he was hanging with Diddy, it was all parties, no studio time.
Puff for a minute, but we was just partying, man. Puff liked to party. So that's basically all we did. I think the few times I was running around with D-Mac and Puff, we just did a bunch of partying. We might have went to the studio once or twice, but I didn't get to record nothing. I was just...
For almost 2 years, Diddy allegedly flew him everywhere, showering him with gifts. Then there's YK Osiris. In 2021, he was spotted in Jamaica with Diddy, posting half-naked pictures and captions about eating good fruit with prayer hands. And of course, Usher's name has been tied to this story for years. He was only 14 when he stayed at Diddy's house under the excuse of mentorship.
I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. In the 90s, do you understand what that's like? It was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. There were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand.
Ally says she was supposed to testify about all this, but at the last minute, she was cut from the list. According to her, the whole trial was never about true justice. It was about embarrassing Diddy in public, then sweeping the worst of it under the rug.
I am hurt, I am angry, and I am still healing, and it is harder than hurting. Trust me when I say that. I am trying. I have been in denial for a little bit. I walked away to get clean. I tried to go take my life back. I wanted some type of peace. I wanted to give a damn about somebody saying they love me just because they love me.
And here's the thing, Ally says everyone's guilty, not just Diddy.
You've seen that the hotel manager is guilty. You saw the people who cleaned the toys were guilty. The bus that freaking transferred all these children were guilty. You saw people coming from left and right to tell you about the baby oil and everything else that they wouldn't tell you earlier.
Now she's furious because she's still healing while the charges against Diddy are starting to crumble. She admitted she tried to move on, get clean, and live a normal life, but every new headline drags her back. Ally's story is terrifying, but it's not the whole picture, because the deeper you look into these freak-offs, the more names keep surfacing, and the next one we found changes everything.
I'm just excited just to be here. This is my first VMAs, and yes, and I get to be here with my man.
Remy Ma's fury boiled over the second Papoose hit the VMAs carpet with Claressa Shields. What looked like a red carpet moment turned into betrayal in front of millions, and Remy's reaction is already tearing through hip-hop. Papoose just showed up at the VMAs with Claressa Shields. You gotta remember, this man has been stamped in hip-hop as the loyal husband, the guy who held down Remy Ma through her prison bid, stood by her through every scandal, every comeback. But now, he's smiling ear to ear with the biggest female boxing champion in the world, and fans swear he looks 10 years younger.
Facing your eyes on Papoose.
The woke Claressa Shields. The princess of the streets. And we are stepping into the shade room. Yeah, y'all love us?
Of course we do, why not?
Some even said Claressa got him glowing in a way we haven't seen in years.
We gonna fight? You know what? We got a love-hate relationship, but I think it's working out all right,
Hey, it's all love.
We're fighting in January. Yes, Oh,
hey, look.
You know what? All I need is 2 days for you.
The rollout didn't even start at the VMAs, though. A few days before, Papoose had already set the internet buzzing when he posted a photo dump dedicated to Claressa. He curated shots that screamed power and femininity. Claressa in a sleek black outfit with knee-high boots, her hair in fresh ginger knotless braids, and then another in this loud orange ruffled dress. He paired it with a caption about beauty being worth following, throwing in goat and heart emojis. And people ate it up, but that love online set the stage for what came next. By the time she and Papoose stepped onto the VMAs carpet, the buzz was already boiling, and cameras couldn't get enough of them. Papoose stopped mid-red carpet to deliver a heartfelt tribute to Busta Rhymes, calling him a living cipher, a complete symbol of hip-hop wisdom, knowledge, and legacy.
Man, what Busta Rhymes means to hip-hop, Busta Rhymes means be different, be yourself, be outgoing, continue to elevate. Busta Rhymes has no ceilings. Busta Rhymes teaches. Busta Rhymes has had knowledge itself since we can remember.
Apparently, he's the reason they're there in the first place.
A special invite is why me and Papoose here. He called and specifically asked us to come and be here for him. So we're here and we live in the building. And if he says an after party, we're going to an after party.
Claressa stood proudly beside him, laughing, glowing, and holding her own among the biggest names in music.
You did good, girl. You did good. All right, what y'all looking forward to most tonight? I'm looking forward to seeing Busta Rhymes get honored. I'm looking forward to seeing his special performances because somebody I know is going to be a part of it. And I'm just excited just to be here. This is my first VMAs, and yes, and I get to be here with my man.
The whole thing felt symbolic, like Papoose was closing one chapter of his life and starting another.
I danced for my man. So, money do make the girls dance.
And to make things worse for Remy, the comparisons online were brutal. The comments were filled with, Papoose looks so much better since he left Remy. Another said, they look nice. And someone pointed out, I do love how he took his hat off for his new relationship. The internet basically crowned Claressa the new queen in his life, whether he meant it that way or not. They were even spotted at the after party.
On one of the most monumental and historical moments of my life and my legacy, 35 years. First time ever, Rock the Bells Visionary Award. From the VMAs in 2025 belongs to me.
The internet's already crowned Claressa the new queen, and Remy's silence is only making it louder. He looked happier, she looked radiant, and Remy, she's furious. The same woman who built his legacy might now be the one ripping it to shreds.